I just felt like I didn't have the fight, you know.
Mm, mhm.
I never, and I said this to my mom and my dad, like um I never thought that I would emotionally burn out. Never. Never. Cause like just the cloth I'm cut from, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm adopted into my dad's last name, Hawkins, bro. Like, grew up under the notion of like, yo, we're Hawkins men. We grind, we hustle, we lean in, we sacrifice, we fall down, like we fall on the sword. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Mhm.
die, bro. We give our lives. Like that was me. You know what I'm saying? And I never planned for me just kind of hitting an emotional wall. So
Mhm,
I
mhm.
would say you're 17, man, and that's kind of how that happened for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and that has to be tough because I feel the same way. I never thought I would be the one getting a divorce. I remember people just finding out and
Bro,
they were inboxing me like,
bro,
Sean, the doctor of love,
bro,
the guy in ministry, the you're teaching marriage classes. Like,
come
how?
on,
Like, if
come
y'all
on,
can't
come
do it,
on,
y'all not giving, so
man, man.
I feel you.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I think, man, like the whole like divorce is not an option. Like I was waving that banner, bro. Waving that banner, bro. Like would low key almost cut somebody like if they threw that term my way. You know what I mean? So I get it, bro.
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
yeah. I remember the first night, maybe the second or third night when I went through my separation. I was in the shower. Will never forget. I think I
Mm,
shared this story before. Man, I cried like a baby, and I just had my hands lifted. I was just like, God, what am I doing? I don't
yeah.
know what am like. That was the first time, Dwayne, in 15 years I was by myself.
Wow. Wow.
15 years.
Wow.
So
Sheesh.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
you talking
Yeah.
about broken.
Bro, yeah, I take up the whole time, man, talking about my process and what that looked like for me, man. It was just to say the least, bro, it was definitely up and down. It for me it felt like gut punch after gut punch. It felt it felt lonely, you know. And like across the board, man, it felt, and this in no way is like blaming, my ex or anything like that, bro. It's just the emotions that came up for me, man, during that season leading up to it, and then thereafter. And lonely doesn't mean that like I didn't have people, bro. Like, dude, my mom and dad drove out here from California, bro,
Wow.
to like walk with me, to walk with us then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people were like, yo, I had fellow pastor friends, bro, that was, trying to encourage me and walk with me and hold me accountable and encourage me and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, shoot, man, my siblings, bro, my brother and his wife, so it wasn't like I was alone. Definitely wasn't alone. You know what I'm saying? But in the silo of my scenario,
Yeah.
it just felt lonely. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And I think that's possible, but I think we need to help people understand that just because you have a feeling about where you're at in a tough season of your life, that doesn't necessarily say anything negative about the people around you. You know what I mean? Like your emotion and your interpretation and your response to your situation is legitimately um is legitimately just yours, bro. And it's what you're going through and what you're wrestling through. So that's like I get it. I 100%, man, I get it when you talk about feeling and being by yourself, man, first time in 15 years.
Yeah, man. That's a true story. It always humbled me even to this day. Uh, and I know that you remarried and stuff like that, and we'll talk about that later as well.
Yeah,
But looking back, what is one thing that you possibly could have done different, even just for yourself today?
yeah, yeah. Differently, man. a real good question, bro. Differently. I think leading, for me, I believe like, divorce is I believe divorce is the expression of small things, and I'm going to use a terminology my mom, like I grew up hearing my mom say, divorce is like the destruction of a series of small foxes along the way, right? Like she used to always say, Dwayne, it's the small foxes that destroy the vine. I
Yes, sir.
know when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing because you leave a chore here, or you miss an assignment here, or I ask you to do something and you don't do it there, right? Like, and she would say, like, just those little things would line up for me, Dwayne. And I knew, okay, my son is not. He's not in alignment. He's not in the pocket that he's supposed to be in. And so for me, that was I believe that about divorce. And so I feel like, bro, for me, probably what I would have done differently is round about 2015. And this is interesting. I didn't realize this, bro, until shoot, maybe about 6 to 7 months ago. So up until 2015, bro, I always had like a mentor, an older gentleman, like at least two or three of them in my life. And my dad notwithstanding, like my dad's always been in my life. So, but like outside of my dad, like I've always had at least two to three other gentlemen that like was just on tap. You know what I'm saying? And what's interesting is that up until 2015, well, from 2015 to 2019, um, I didn't have a mentor. Like I didn't reach out. But they also didn't reach out to me either. Like it's this weird like 4 years, bro, of silence. And so I think for me, man, I would have stayed connected. I would have stayed connected. I can't tell you that doesn't mean that, things still wouldn't have gone the way that they went.
Of
But
course.
I do know this, man, like mentorship throughout my entire life from an older man has been crucial to my success and my health in life, bro. And 2015 to 2019, I just didn't have that, man. And it wasn't like that was a smooth season. It really wasn't a smooth season, man. Like 2015, you have I knew how to grow a church by subtraction.
Mhm.
You were kind of a part of that you had came through, to the church then. That was the one out in Phoenix. That was a merge. That church grew by subtraction. We shut that one down, moved out to the West Valley, did a replant, and there's just a lot going on there. Part of me was in a doctorate, running my own coaching counseling practice, trying to plan a ministry. Like I was just giving a lot, man, a lot emotionally. And like, by the way, right? Like I was still married, three kids, right? So like I just think, man, in a time that felt as splintered as it did then, um, I would have kept a mentor. I would have kept
Mhm.
a mentor, bro. Like, yo, had him on the phone every week. Like, yo, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm trying to work through. What are we doing? Yeah, I think that's one thing I would have did differently. Because again, those are those small foxes that if they go unattended, bro,
Yes.
before you know it, man, you go Samson for a moment, your whole forest, your whole crop is burned up, bro.
Mhm.
So that's one thing, man, definitely one thing I would do differently.
Mhm. So how did you heal from your divorce? Because I know this is what a lot of people want to know, especially if they are possibly going through a divorce. So what was your process like?
Yeah, man. So first off, man, I think if for me it was there's this essence of hope. And that was one thing like that I held on to throughout. I mean, shoot, at this point, almost 5 years now, since then. And I bring up hope, it could sound cliche, man, but the truth of the matter is, bro, like if you don't really have your hope rooted, and in my own case, rooted in the Lord, but there's so many lies, so many accusations, so many things that came up for me. Like, bro, like going back to my childhood, like man, like a lot of stuff in question, like, I mean, bro, some stuff even came up, most of the folks that know me know that